recognize myself for 5 minutes. General Reyes, in the letter that you led with your Attorney General colleagues, you said, I quote, "The 2023 proxy season will present multiple occasions on which asset managers will have to choose between their legal duties to focus on financial return and the policy goals of ESG activists." Can you provide some examples that illustrate these occasions?
Sure. Let me give you one very concrete example. I alluded to it earlier, Mr. Chair, but that resolution pertaining to travelers' insurance is back up again for this season of proxy proposals and for shareholder resolutions and voting. And I didn't get a chance to perhaps articulate clearly enough the problematic nature of that situation. So you have a very activist faction of ownership backed by one of the two largest proxy voting agencies pushing a particular agenda that they've agreed upon to conduct racial audits, which may be appropriate or may not be appropriate for other companies or other industries, but certainly are not appropriate for the insurance industry. The directors of Travelers have brought this to the Securities and Exchange Commission, pleading for relief to exclude, which the SEC has the power to do, that type of proxy proposal, that type of shareholder proposal from being even considered. But the SEC has sat on its hands and not done anything to exclude that. So it's back up again. This would require travelers to then ask for information based on a person's race. They would solicit information for underwriting purposes and for identification, which clearly violate numerous different states' laws.
And I think that's a very good point that I don't think my friends on the Democrat side of the aisle understand. When they talk about ESG, they're just talking about what mutual funds, pension managers can invest in, or treasurers can invest in their pension funds. And Kentucky has the second worst funded pension in America, but we always say, thank God for Illinois, because it was the one state worse than Kentucky's. But what I don't think the Democrats understand is this affects banking and insurance. It's not just investing. And we've got a problem in our banking industry right now. And we're not going to get into that, but this ESG is a political movement that's gaining ground. It's gaining ground on Wall Street, and it's affecting consumers, not just investors. But you have previously described how the insurers face the dilemmas by pursuing ESG goals. Do you think these insurers are facing these ESG-related proposals that push for unlawful altercations of underwriting activities?
Well, yeah, clearly, it's the same resolution that was proposed the previous year. They're just hoping that they can win over another 3 or 4% and carry the day.
So what risk are the insurers exposed to with the adoption of ESG factors in underwriting?
They'd be potentially liability,
exactly.
Dozens of states for breaking the law. And Mr. Chair, you alluded to banking. Although we haven't seen yet concerted efforts to debank solely based on ESG criteria, that's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's not, and if you look at the website for the San Francisco Fed, it was all about ESG policy, and some of the banks, Silicon Valley starts.
Well, we just sent a letter to J.P. Morgan Chase with concerns over debanking regarding religious liberties.
Right.
And it's only one step removed
exactly.
to then migrate over. If they start to see more and more insurance companies and asset managers withdraw from some of these large horizontal agreements, then you may see more pressure on banks to start debanking.
And I think that is of the utmost importance. Mr. Moskowitz, I don't think understands the issue he's thinking in terms of Wall Street, but this has a potentially detrimental effect on our ability to bank and insure. This significantly increases liability costs for many industries, which will be passed along to consumers. I don't think my friends on the other side of the aisle have fully comprehended what inflation is and what causes inflation. But you know, my time is expired here. But I'm just amazed at the defense of ESG policies and the defense of why we have to have this type of radical political ideology ingrained in our investing, when we just had a press conference and showed bank records that showed the Biden family getting millions of dollars from places like China and Romania, and I wonder what type of ESG policies China and Romania have. But you all probably can't answer that, but maybe that's something my friends on the other side of the aisle could look into. Chair now recognizes.
Hey, before you click on the next video, if y'all could do me a big favor and hit that like button. The algorithm loves it, and so do I, because it helps promote these videos and get the message out about what our government has been doing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because every time I put out a video, you want to know about it, right? Thanks again, and have a good one. See you on the next one. Peace.